it's a Finnish man who is close to, it's a Finnish man who is close to Amma and spends a lot of time at the ashram.
Okay, okay, cool. Okay, so I pressed the record button and yeah, good morning, beautiful friends. Here we are again, just for the joy of the joy, and not even, I would say. I'm just following my highest excitement, whatever this means. And advait, sweetheart, you're in a way, there is this inspiration just to chat with you and to share the stories. And I thought, why not just invite some more friends and to share together stories? Yeah, this is actually the info, so to say, no more, no less. So just feel free. Yeah, it's open to boom out.
Yeah, I think Rosa, you mentioned that Toni was curious about compassion, if I remember. Is that correct,
No.
Toni?
Yes, or devotion, no?
Or devotion?
Yeah.
Devotion.
Yes.
Can we first define the word devotion? What does devotion mean?
Toni, would you like to share your thoughts?
Well, devotion has to do with emotion, you know. In there is supposed to be different ways or different approaches, no, in the Hindu tradition, the Black Tea Yoga, the Jnana Yoga, the Karma Yoga, putting kind of boundaries between emotion, action, knowledge, and that I like this, no, but I like also that all there is this, no, then emotion, action, knowledge are not so different, are the same. But on the other hand, of course, no, there are different approaches, no, and the Black Tea Yoga, the devotion, as far as I am concerned, well, I am interested in your experience, advait.
Sure. Yeah, I'll be happy to share. And Kai, you've seen Amma a few times. And so I'd be interested if you would like to share any thoughts you may have or reflections or experiences of devotion and non-duality and how they feel for you.
Well, for me, it's not a contradiction at all. And in fact, I appreciated your reference to Ramakrishna the other time. That I think you quoted Ramakrishna about I think about devotion and realization, and that really resonated with me. I think you mentioned Ramakrishna, no?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do. My own experience is I think there is a more complete realization when the devotion is also part of it.
So here's now the word jumping in, realization. Let's go. I simply want to put the definition on some words. Otherwise, of course, it's already a misunderstanding anyways. But nevertheless, so realization, Kai, for whom? Who is realizing what?
Of course.
So here,
of course.
just a little joke in between. Karens tend to say realization means a real lie. Realization.
Well, I don't know. I guess for me the word enlightenment is a little bit pretentious, so I prefer the word realization. It's a bit more. I don't know. It doesn't sound so.
Maybe there are differences between awakening, enlightenment, realizations. Maybe there are different.
Maybe there are differences.
Yeah.
Maybe there are differences. Yeah. But well, I think I'll still use the word realization. I think it can be a little bit too intellectual if there's no let's say devotional quality. And yeah,
Okay.
that's all I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, realization would be the direct seeing of non-separation, one way of putting it, right? And regarding devotion, I think that we have talked about it in the last meeting, right?
Yeah.
There is, I'll leave it at that. I don't know what to say now because, you know, the obvious question would be devotion for whom? And somehow the answer would be, well, devotion for an appearance. Because Amma, the way she looks like, the physical appearance, it's just an appearance, right? So it is a channel, right, of something much wider than a person.
Yeah, beautiful, Gio. The crucial question, or not even the crucial question, is always for whom? For whom? With whom do you want to start the whole show? It just plays out naturally, beautifully, innocently, as it is like being devoted to a guru, or yeah, for whom? And this is in a
And
way a beautiful, innocent arrogance playing out there. There is me and the rest. Me, I'm the sun. And
but I think, Rosa, that the person, let's say like Amma, she would be, I suppose she would be very glad, very happy to see a follower realizing that devotion is not for her. I mean, she 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 I think every real teacher becomes happy when the disciple realizes that there is no teacher,
and
right?
you see exactly in this, every real teacher becomes happy. So this is in a way a satisfaction for the teacher to see the disciple. You see what
Yeah,
I mean? There is just
yeah,
simply
yeah,
no escaping this. It's just,
yeah.
it's just satisfying yourself the whole time, no matter where you start with.
No, I would say that we are using words, and there is no way to express this with words because words are dual in any way you express them, right? So we wouldn't know how to talk about
Yeah.
this without the duality of words. But I think what I want to say is that the so-called teacher becomes satisfied because that's somehow
The goal
how
of the teaching.
yeah yeah, which is ridiculous, but it's a way of putting it. Yeah,
Tony.
yeah.
But
A way to put it that I love is saying all there is realization, all there is awakening, there's only freedom and liberation. And also this devotion. And devotion may appear as a devotion to an amazing lady or a devotion to these glasses, no? To the marvel of the miracle of what is. This is here. There's an enthusiasm and a devotion, no, an emotion, and that's it. But emotion, devotion, action, knowledge, different labels to play with words, with images, and well, I would like to know this beautiful and amazing lady, but of course, all there is devotion.
Beautiful,
I'm very
Tony.
emotional.
Beautiful.
So it's just, Tony, if I'm hearing, what I'm hearing is it's something that just arises, spontaneously, mysteriously, all kinds of things arise in quote unquote us. And devotion may be a certain feeling that arises. And then when that feeling is there, it feels like devotion would be an appropriate label for that feeling.
Yes.
Advait,
Mhm.
please tell it again. It seems that devotion, the word devotion is an appropriate term, or what? For what? What did you say? I didn't get it.
Well, just very briefly, the experience here is as I've mentioned earlier, there's this whole universe of non-separate, non-separate energy patterns, or that are arising here, and there's and all of them will have a different feeling quality to them. And so just because, like all of us, I was raised with language, so some of these energy patterns I'll give these non-separate energy patterns, I'll give them a certain name, or I'll call them non-separate apparent energy patterns. And so when this form met this other form named Amma, there was this very strong, clear, non-separate apparent energy pattern arose. And the closest label that I could give it is just devotion, a feeling of connection with this person. And then gradually, over many, many years, and this happened recently, there's more of a clarity that all that's arising is just whatever is happening in the present moment. And so feelings about just arise in the present moment. And those feelings can be labeled. Devotion seems to be an accurate label. So that's kind of the best I can describe it. I don't know, is that making sense?
Advait, I guess it fits in a way, because I mean, look, you are living in an ashram, right?
Yes.
And this is in India, and of course the whole game there, the whole dance, it's playing in an ashram with a guru, with a disciple, and there is devotion. It's the matching word. Of course it is.
Yes.
Yeah. I
And
resonate a lot with the word connect. There is simply a connection, like with the two of us. There is also a connection. So I don't have to go like intellectual checking why maybe we have a lot of similarities, or this or this. It's not needed. There is simply a connection.
Yeah.
And this is there or not. And this may change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this connection, like this devotion for this form called Amma, the way it feels here is there's no past or future about it. It's just what's arising here and now. And what happens tomorrow, I have no idea. And so that for me is like part of the non-dual quality of everything is it's just whatever's arising here and now. It's just whatever is being experienced. And that's another way of saying it. There's only this experiencing or awarenessing. Like there's no awareness of some object. There's just awarenessing. And the mind can put a label on objects if it wants to, and that's fine. And so that's kind of the context in which this thing called devotion appears. I don't know, am I making sense, or am I just kind of rambling? Gareth?
It's always just blah, blah. So it's beautiful. Toni, you want to add something?
Yes, I want to say that we don't live in an ashram. We don't live in India. We live in a very busy place. But the devotion is the same, absolutely. And instead of devotion, we can say unconditional love. No, all there is unconditional love, arising as a whatever. Unconditional love is a beautiful name, no? Unconditional freedom, but also unconditional. Unconditional is also this. It's so beautiful, without any pretension, without any grandiloquence, and without unconditional. This, just this. So astonished, ineffable. Wow.
Beautiful,
it
Tony.
it seems that for some people there is a lacking of certain types of emotion, and for these people, devotion can be very, very useful because it can, it's like a I don't know how to say in English, that can expand into bigger horizons, right? Because really, if we become too much intellectual, too much thinking about what is realization, what is non-separation, it becomes completely intellectual. And then devotion can be really a very interesting triggering, because without this opening of the heart, it becomes too intellectual.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying earlier on as well. Yeah, I agree totally with this. Yeah, what you're saying. Yeah.
Go, Kai. Say it again, Kai.
No, I agree totally with what with
Gio.
what Gio was saying. Yeah, Gio. Yeah, I agree totally. Yeah, it's
Like
how I
again, the
understand.
opening of the heart, Gio. You want to?
Well, we can, talk
Can
about
you share
anything.
maybe out of your own experience stuff like being very much into the head, intellectual, and then this kind of opening of the heart, like
Yes, but I don't know if I have much to talk about it. But what happens is you can you can think about it, you can ponder about what is non-separation, what is realization, what is dreaming, what is just appearances. But if something that we call in the heart, it is, if it is missing, then we remain in intellectual ponderings. So I don't know what you here are calling it devotion. Some may call it love, like Tony was saying, unconditional love. These are words, but it is something that it's really freeing. And it's without that, there is no talk about freeing. It becomes just an intellectual bullshit, you know. If, being free is this or being free is that means nothing. But suddenly, when it hits you somewhere here, it becomes wordlessly obvious.
yeah,
Yes.
beautiful, Gio, like because you said it means nothing. Staying like in the head, just
Yeah.
words. It means nothing. And when in a way it's felt or whatever, when it drops in the heart, it means everything. So
Everything,
so
nothing. Yeah.
I can hear out of what I'm hearing here, there is something to get, right? There is an apparent freedom we can get.
I think we can drop. There is an apparent luggage, an apparent weight that we can drop. Yes, I think that happens because we carry this functioning, this mind functioning since childhood, and suddenly it stops because it's not needed. So I would say it's not an acquiring, it's a dropping.
Is there at the end
Gareth?
advait?
I was just going to invite Gareth if you had any thoughts or reflections that were arising there.
No, as usual, I have very little to say. Um, no.
Perfect.
I did have a stroke a couple of years ago, and
Oh, okay.
sometimes it's too maybe,
Difficult to
Gotcha.
speak, read or write. Yeah, Gareth.
yeah,
Yeah.
just a little bit of. So sometimes it's very difficult to have a conversation, or I'll get the wrong words. So I prefer to listen to everybody rather than to get too involved myself.
But Gareth, to be honest, I always loved your interactions when you started to share. It was always beautiful. I never had the impression that you hit the wrong word, so to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
me too.
And
Yeah.
I had the
yeah,
same impression.
Yeah, me and my wife went to see Mother Mira. I was hoping there would be something very nice happening there, but no, it didn't. No luck. So maybe I went to see the wrong guru. What's the word? I could have gone to see somebody else. So maybe, but you have to be a bit careful. For example, if I went to see
Amma.
Amma in London or wherever she may came, it could have a big effect on my life, mightn't it? It could corrupt one's family life.
Oh, yes, Gareth, totally. You never know.
No,
You never know. This can blow your mind. A hug with Amma.
yes. With the Mother Mira, you don't have a hug, but you look into her eyes. And apparently she can see everything about you by looking in her eyes. Just to test it, I gave my wife a bit of a hug and looked into her eyes as well. And she said to me, "Get off me, you dirty old pig." So not every women have the same qualities.
Yeah.
You could be careful who you're going to have a hug off, I think.
I love it, Gareth.
I'd like to go and see forgotten the name already. Amma, when she
Amma?
comes to, if she comes to London, I wouldn't mind going to see her.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I don't know how many other gurus there are around the world that that travel around to your country, and I'm only aware of two. Mother Mira and Amma. They're the only twos I know about. But I wonder how many other there are available.
There's quite a few. Quite a
Is
few.
there?
Gareth, sweetheart, is there still a sense of missing something?
Oh, yes, I would say. Yes. One of our friends that used to join Sanders' meeting, a gentleman from America, Don. Don was always so happy when he was eating the mushrooms, wasn't he? So perhaps that was something that is missing, I think, that good, happy feeling. So that might be a good alternative to joining with a guru, have the mushrooms instead.
Just curious, when you say mushrooms, you're referring, I guess, to magic mushrooms?
Yes, I haven't seen them ever, but yes, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I personally love them. When the times that I've had them, they've been great.
Yes.
Advait, do you want to
Yeah.
share a little bit about your magic mushroom stories?
It's nothing special. It's you know, I don't know how many people here have experienced psychedelics. Okay. Geo has. You've had, Toni? Kai, have you experienced psychedelics?
No, just marijuana and hashish, and I must say I didn't enjoy those experiences at all.
Okay.
At all. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. With those particular ones, marijuana and hashish, they do not work for me.
Neither for me. Not at
Yeah,
all.
they totally not for me. But Rosa, have you experienced those psychedelics or not your thing?
Not really.
Not really? Okay. Yeah.
I
Well,
have a
they just
natural dope.
that's the best kind.
That's-
Yeah. Well, they're just
Natural.
well, all I can say is I find them to be wonderful medicines. I use them very carefully, and I've had just very, very beautiful experiences with them. And they're just like any other experience. They come and go. And for me, I mean, just for me, the experience kind of how to say it. It did have a lasting impact in the way that I look at the world or the way I experience the world. You know, nothing really huge or big, but just a small and subtle shift after taking them. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Would that be a similar shift to what you had with Amma? Do you think a similar type of thing?
Kind of. Yeah, it's after experiencing them, the mushrooms, ever since then, I've felt there's just been this constant feeling of a bit more connection with the world around me, with nature, and a bit more self-acceptance, accepting myself just as I am. And the mushrooms and other psychedelics that I've taken, they seem to have kind of deepened that feeling of accepting myself just as I am, with all of the vasanas and the samskaras, all of the shadows here. More and more they're seen as just perfect, just as they are. And it's interesting that feeling kind of works with and is in harmony with the non-dual teachings that I experience, especially with Sander and some other teachers. And also Amma herself teaches non-duality. And so the psychedelics for me, I mean, just speaking for myself, they've kind of made, it feels like I'm kind of more receptive, or that the non-dual teachings kind of more naturally sink in here.